Hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. Welcome to Monetizing Mondays. It is your girl Yvonne Tazum, the Monetizer. If you are joining me today from Instagram, I need you to follow, and tag that friend of yours that you know will benefit from what I'm sharing today. And if you're joining me from YouTube, I need you to click that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up as well as click the notification button so that you will be informed the next time that I release another video. And if you're joining me today from Facebook, I need you to come all the way in and join the group. You know the group, WELB, Women Entrepreneurs Launching Businesses Globally. So today in the group, we discuss the third and final part of the series that I have been doing on how to finish your year strong in your business. And guess what, guys? I looked at the calendar today and guess how many days we have left? We have 73 days left before the end of 2020. And that is huge because it's not a lot of time left. So if you missed the first and second sessions of this series, you definitely want to go below here on my page and watch session 1 and session 2 because each part was building on the other part. So I'm going to give you a quick recap. So in session 1, that is where I identified some key questions that you need to ask yourself, right? In order to conduct an assessment of exactly what has happened in your business for the past 9 months of 2020. So that way it will help you to know exactly what to do moving forward. And I listed some key questions that you need to ask yourself and respond. And remember that I said, ask you conduct this assessment. It is critical that you do it without any blame, any guilt, any judgment, any justification, or any shame. The reason why is that those are disempowering feelings, right? Those are all disempowering, and what we want to do is to empower you, build you up to make the right next moves. So be cautious and careful that you don't allow those emotions and feelings to creep in. So we covered that in the first session. In the second session, that is where we spoke about the how-to. What is the how-to? The how-to is the exact steps that you need to take in order to hit your goal or your vision. And I mentioned that whatever the how-to is, we all know that it is already out there, meaning whatever goal you have, whatever vision you have in your business, there is someone, 99.9% of the time, there's someone out there who has already done it, right? There's materials out there, there's information out there, but we choose not to access that information because of two reasons, right? And that is because of the fear of disappointment. We don't want to disappoint ourselves. We don't want to disappoint our loved ones, those around us, or fear of failure, right? And as long as you're experiencing these two areas, you're definitely not going to move forward in your business. So in the second session, we dealt with that. So please watch the second session. And here we are today. And today we are talking about implementation, right? What you need to do to implement your goals by 2020, December 31st. So hope you got your pen and paper. Step 1 is you want to review what you have done in the previous past months, right? So what did you do from January through September of 2020? Review it. Depends on your type of business. Hopefully there's some reports online that you can print and look at. Just don't look at it on the screen, right? Print it out. Print it out. Sit down somewhere. Spread it out every month and really take time, delve deep and analyze the actions that you took in those previous 9 months, because you need to understand what you did in the past in order to correct or step up, scale up your upcoming months. So that is step one. Again, just don't look at it on the screen, print it. There's a connection that happens with yourself and your brain when you touch that paper. All right. And then you need to reset your vision. Reset your vision, whatever your vision is, meaning the vision you have for yourself, for your business on December 31st, 2020. Whatever it is, you need to write that down. Write it down. It needs to be written down. It cannot be just a thought, an idea in your mind. It needs to be on paper, right? And then now what you're going to do is you're going to set a goal. You're going to set a goal for your business. And remember that this strategy I'm sharing with you, yes, I'm coming to you as Yvonne Tasm, the business launch strategist. I'm coming to you from that angle, but you can actually implement it as it relates to like different aspects of your life, right? So you now need to set a goal for where you want to be on the end of October, the end of November, and the end of December. You need to write that down, right? Write that down. All right. Then after you write that down, and those have to be the goals that are going to fulfill the vision that you have. Okay. Then next thing you need to do is to come up with a plan for the next 7 days, right? Our brain loves to work in 7 days increments, because what happens is that when you focus on where you need to be in 30 days, it can be overwhelming. But if you can break it down to 7 days, it's more appealing. It's more realistic, right? Someone once said you can eat an elephant, right? Bite by bite. So no matter how big it is, it's step by step, bite by bite. You can eat that elephant one bite at a time. So the elephant is going to be eaten by the end of the month, but you've got to do the right steps on a daily basis. So let's say, for example, you have a desire to make $1,000 by the end of October. All right. So, and let's say we have 10 days left in the month of October. That means that you need to be selling $100 a day. So you bring out your big calendar, preferably the wall calendar that you can see on the wall, not the one on the phone, not the virtual one, because with the virtual ones are good. I use the virtual ones, I use the virtual ones more like reminders, but when I'm implementing, it's got to be a big calendar on the wall, because when it's in your face, it helps you to manifest and implement properly, right? So what you've got to do is to now plug in the task, meaning if you need to hit $100 on tomorrow, you don't put $100 on tomorrow. Your calendar you need to plug in the task that you need to do to hit the $100. And then you focus on doing those tasks. Don't focus on the $100. Focus on doing those right tasks, because in doing those tasks, you will definitely accomplish the goal, right? So focus on the task and not the goal. But you've got to come up with the plan to hit the goal. All right. Hope you're getting that. And then next, you focus on just those particular tasks for the next 7 days, right? And then, so you've got to make sure that you have your plan in place. My question to you now is, do you have a plan in place? Do you know exactly what you need to do to be able to accomplish that plan, right? And at times I meet people who say, I'm praying, I'm hoping. Prayer is good. I pray. All right. I have faith, right? I pray all the time. But your Bible says that you must take action, right? God blesses the works of our hands, right? He's not blessing our hopes, our desires, but he blesses the work of our hands. So that means that you have got to get busy. You have got to perform the work of your hands. You've got to come up with your plan and start taking those actions. So that is very, very critical, right? And at times too, I meet people who they just like hoping, just doing whatever randomly, almost like having blinders on and then just throwing darts and hoping that the dart hits the target. It's not going to work like that, right? And that's also like when you're just hoping, you're just throwing it, you're hoping. No, you've got to have a plan, right? And how do you get that plan? We're going to get to that in a minute, right? And then also make sure that your plan has a deadline. Your plan must have a deadline. When we do not set a deadline to a plan, what happens is that it never happens. And I am so guilty of that, because there's one of the businesses that I owned for many years. I spoke about I kept saying, I'm working on launching that business. I'm working on launching that business. But I didn't take the right steps to launch. I kept working on launching. I kept confessing that I'm working on launching. Therefore, I worked on launch. There's a difference between working on launching and launching. Working on launching and launching is two different things. So once I shifted my confession, I started launching. Everything that needed to come into place to launch came into place, and therefore I launched, right? So do you have your launch plan? Do you know exactly how you're going to launch that business? One of the things that needs to happen is that you need to know specifically, written on paper, what you want to achieve. Number one. Two, you need to know when you want to achieve it. You need to know how you're going to achieve it. And finally, you need to know what type of help, what type of tools, what type of resources you need in order to achieve that business launch goal, right? So all this is very, very important. So if you know that you do not have the right system, or you just don't know what to do, I advise you to reach out to us. Reach out to us inside the Monetizer Academy so we can help you with that right plan that you need to implement in order to launch right. And I'm feeling really good today, so I want you guys to look out tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to be dropping 14 steps on how to kickstart your business, right? 14 steps on how to kickstart your business. So let's say you have an idea in your mind, you want to bring it out, you want to launch. I am giving you my free, no strings attached, 14 steps to kickstart your business. I said kickstart your business, right? There's a difference now. Kickstart. So I'm giving you that launch guide. And if you've already launched, if you've already started your process, if you've done something, I advise you to still get it and see what areas that are listed on the guide that you haven't implemented and start implementing. And if you want that direct access to launch your 6-figure business brand, come on inside monetizeracademy.com, and we would love to work with you and help you. God bless you. I am wishing you God's best in this 2020 and the rest of the month. And remember that it's not over until it's over. We still have plenty of days left in the month of October. So stay focused and push, 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 push. God bless you. Love you. See ya.